They need to fire Gizelle. They need to fire Jazelle. Okay? I'm over to work. But let's talk Housewives of Potomac reunion. Jazelle and Bravo execs, the producers and production, child, they in cahoots. Let's go. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, and this is another edition of Car Conversation on JayLeesCorner. Okay. Look, if y'all hear some rattling, I just broke my car mount phone thingy, so it's not tight, and I got to order a new one. So if you're hearing like a little rattling or whatever, it's because it's not, I broke it by mistake. I pushed it too hard. Anyway, happy Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend, had a great Good Friday, had a great Easter, happy Resurrection Sunday, and all of that. Okay, look. This Housewives of, y'all know I did not watch the season. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. I did not watch the season. I watched the clips online. So I'm abreast of some of the things, okay? Not all the details, but I feel like I've watched the show enough years to fill in the blanks because this ain't no new franchise. And we now know that Candice has quit. We know that Robyn allegedly was not as back. And watching part one of this reunion, I now understand why. Jazelle and Bravo, cahoots, honey, cahoots, all up and through together, cahoots, okay? Because watching part one, I feel like Bravo and or Jazelle, this is my opinion, was working together to bring us to BFS. It wasn't Ty, honey, it's Jazelle and Bravo. Because can't nobody tell me they was not trying to force Candice to be held accountable for Jazelle getting some threats or whatever, trying to push Candice to kind of be the villain a little bit. Now, do not get me wrong. Candice's mouth, it sometimes is a lot. She do go for the jugular. However, she usually does it in response to something. I'm just saying, Candice is not always innocent. Sometimes she do say stuff and go too far. And usually she'll acknowledge that and then she'll move on. Okay, so I'm not trying to say anything. However, watching this part one, I fully felt like, I was like, why are they trying to make Candice be the one to be held accountable more than Jazelle? Why is y'all pushing Candice to admit stuff more than Jazelle? I was confused. Now, and then Robyn, who wants to bring up, wasn't your husband's limp dick? You know, and I was like, bitch, you know the girl who said that was crazy and came out and said she didn't mean it and she was lying. So Robyn, hold wine stick accountable, okay? It pisses me off, and this, in my opinion, this is why Robyn is fired, allegedly. Because you want to discuss what's going on with everybody else. You want to acknowledge what everybody else got going on to try to, you know, not discuss wine. Even her saying, well, your wine, you know, he declined to be here. Why? Ain't that your husband? Ain't that your partner? Why would he not come? That's why you fired, allegedly. So Robyn aggravated me. You know what I'm saying? When, you know, Andy tried, let's find, you know, some common ground here. Let's try to all come together. Fuck that. The show, Jazelle and them tried it. And when they was like, Candice, can you accept that, you know, Jazelle is saying, you know, she didn't mean that Chris forced her, and sure. Because she knew, why are they making me? Why do I have to accept something helping. She's saying when Gizelle is not accepting nothing. Even Gizelle saying, well, you know, you said it. If I said he forced me, you know, I didn't mean that part. He did not. Gizelle literally gave 1 inch, and everyone else expected Candice to take the mile. Because they know Gizelle won't fess up to nothing. Why? Because her and Bravo are in cahoots. I think Gizelle feels like her job is never in jeopardy. And so she has no inkling, no reason to give. Because they're not going to get rid of her. I also feel like Robyn thought the coochie of protection that Gizelle got covered her coochie, and it did not. I think Robyn felt they won't get rid of me or Gizelle. Mainly because I'm Gizelle's shadow. Gizelle is my brain stem. So they're not going to get rid of her. So they won't get rid of me. Okay? That's why she felt like, I don't, you know, because I don't get it. I don't get it. These shows are supposed to be entertaining. They're supposed to be fun. The Housewives of Potomac, for the Sister Monique fight, since that season, and I'm not blaming Monique, since around that season when Gizelle and Robyn were adamant to get rid of Monique and use Candice to get rid of Monique, allow Wendy to feel included in the sisterhood to get rid of Monique. The show has went downhill. The show is no longer entertaining. It's aggravating. It's draining. Because y'all are using real shit to y'all for no reason. Gizelle tried to blame Candice for getting death threats from crazy fans or stans of the show was ridiculous. Candice saying that Candice saying that Gizelle, you know, in her white privilege or her white looking self, you know, it's true. It's true. Gizelle does have pieces of whiteness because she looks like she looked. And a lot of times I do feel like Gizelle uses that to her advantage. I do. Now, do I think she's a colorist as if she doesn't like darker skinned women? I can't say she does not like darker skinned women. I can say Gizelle feels like she's better than other people because of how she looks. I do. But that could be pretty privilege and not necessarily colorism, in my opinion. But Gizelle trying to say because of what Candice said, I got hundreds of death threats. I was like, that's not Candice's fault. It's not. Because regardless of what Candice said, people already didn't like you. People already did not like you. It's never okay for anyone to send threats via social media. But it boggles my mind how Gizelle loves to say that she don't pay attention to stuff, she don't see stuff, I don't care, but you saw that. Gizelle don't never be on Twitter. Oh, but she saw that on Twitter. Gizelle acts like outside of her shooting the show, she don't see nothing. She don't care about nothing. She don't respond to nothing. Oh, but you want us to believe that now all of a sudden you paid all of the attention to threats that came in, and they said Candice said this, so I want you to die. I don't believe it. Not saying I don't believe she got threats. I do believe that because people are crazy. And Candice said we all have gotten, you know, threats via social media. A lot of celebrities get the kind of dumb stuff. You can't blame that on Candice, is my point. You can't blame what the fools of Twitter or social media says to you on Candice. Because all of y'all on that show say something dumb. However, 7 times out of 10, most people's comments and tweets about y'all is based on what we see on the show. And some people is crazy and they say crazy things. Period. Gizelle tried to play victim with that. And when Candice realized in that reunion that next season they're going to try to force her to fight against the narrative that her words caused Gizelle to get death threats. Candiace realized next season, I'm going to be in the hot seat still. They're going to try to make that my storyline. I quit. Candiace said, checkmate, bitch. I quit. The same way Monique knew. Because they asked Monique back. Monique quit the show. They asked her back and she said, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. Because she realized they would try to make her the martyr in all of the bullshit with Candice, with Gizelle, and with Robyn. And she knew that whole season she would have to fight against that narrative. And so she quit. Checkmate. And Monique did not need the show. Really did not want to be on the show, in my opinion. And so for her, it was nothing to quit. Because even now, when folks asking her, would she come back? And she's like, hell no. Monique don't need the show. Monique don't need to be on reality TV, in my opinion. But Candiace realized, no. I feel like Gizelle and Robyn felt like Candiace would not quit. And they could continually pick on Candiace. But Candiace's fight backness will always be her saying whatever she's going to say. And they will always say, oh, because you said this and this was the fan reaction, you're to blame. And when Gizelle said, well, because they asked, well, why didn't you, bring it up to Candiace that you got these threats and blah, blah, blah. And when Gizelle said, but I was told that she would get a talking to, meaning production told her, we'll talk to Candiace. How and why would y'all talk to Candiace about what the fans said? Candiace's opinion of Gizelle is not what caused the death threats. Stupidity from people watching the show and not knowing you should not give that. That's what caused it. It was not Candiace. But Gizelle, when she said that to me, showed the skirt. Because why would production want to talk to Candiace about death threats from whoever? Candiace did not ask anyone to say anything to Gizelle. The only time that you should blame a cast member for someone saying something crazy to you is if they say, tell that bitch she ain't nothing and she should die. That's something different. Even the fact that Andy then brought up, because Gizelle said, well, yeah, she was liking tweets. And the one tweet they showed, she like, I may put it in here. The one tweet they showed that she did like was people disagreeing with Gizelle being colorist like. I don't think there's anything wrong with what Candiace liking a tweet. And I don't know all the tweets she liked. But the tweet, the one they showed was her liking something where someone said, Gizelle's skin tone, it is this. And if a darker skinned woman said that, blah, 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 it'll be different. That's true. That's called comment. That's also why white people, should not be commenting their 2 cents into something you don't understand. Because a person saying, yes, if somebody Candiace's skin tone did the shit that Gizelle did, it'll be an uproar. That was the basis of the tweet, the one they showed that she liked. And she said, well, yeah, I like some. But she never said, I liked one where she had a death threat. Why would she do that? If Candiace had liked a tweet of someone threatening Gizelle's life, Candiace would have been fired. Gizelle would have gotten proof of that and posted it. Or somebody would have. Robyn, somebody would have. Just to get Candiace in trouble. The fact of the matter is, Gizelle likes to play perpetual victim while giving nothing to the show. Now let me get on Candiace. Even Gizelle laughing and clapping, tears, while Candiace started crying. I also felt like, why are you crying? Now, the get you gotcha was, Candiace was not even talking to Gizelle. She was talking to Robyn. That was Andy asking her, what can you and Robyn do to get in a better place? And she started crying. Now, I don't know why she did, but Candiace always cries. Candiace, stop crying. Now, I'm also somebody, when I'm angry, I cry. Okay? But that's only because I can't fight somebody. Let's be holding back my violent tendencies. Okay? Candice cries. For whatever her reasons may be, she's a crier. Candice, you have to learn, if your mouth is going to be that reckless and how you cut people with your words, you can't cry when trying to have a conversation about whatever it was. I do not feel like Jazelle accused Chris of SA. I do feel like she used words to her advantage to make it seem as if Chris did something wrong. I do feel like she kept changing her narrative. I do feel like she kept changing shit. I do feel like some people who maybe don't watch the show and who only know, oh, this is Chris who the girl accused, could have made Chris lose out on job or whatever. I do believe that could be true. So I get her frustration with Jazelle and with Robyn. I also get her point in saying Robyn, even though Robyn was on Candice's side with the whole Jazelle Chris thing, I also believe she did that because it still helped the conversation never go to her. Sometimes helping someone cause bullshit does not mean that you're helping them and like lying for them. All it means is you in on it and you know, okay, I'm in, that's fine. We not gonna discuss my man? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So I do believe that's what Candice means when she says Robyn, was in cahoots with Jazelle to take down my husband. Just mean Robyn made a choice to pick a side. She picked Candice's side, but she still did it because she did not want anyone asking her about her and why. Robyn, you full of shit saying that, oh, I thought somebody else would bring it up. She kept changing the reason why she did not do it. Because she full of shit. Child, part one of the reunion it was just aggravating to me because I felt like miss me with the bullshit entirely. Y'all played in our faces. Jazelle and Bravo are in cahoots. That's the only reason why Jazelle has still a flute. Because, bitch, ain't no way. Ain't no way. And let me stop at KFC and give me some chicken tenders. Because I'm hungry and it's lunchtime or whatever. But y'all, I may be live tonight at 9 p.m. So check and see if I am or not. I gotta go. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe. I gotta go.